Hello, my friend. In this video, we're going to go over the 3 best ways you can grow your Spotify streams to your Spotify catalog. So this is a follow-up video to a video that I did about the importance of the Spotify catalog and what it is. So if you want to learn why it's so important, check that video out. This video is going to go into how you can actually grow your Spotify catalog. So number 1 is to grow your Spotify catalog size with monthly releases. So I've talked about this quite a bit before, but basically the idea is to release a brand new song every 28 days so that you can take advantage of the release radar algorithmic playlists. And basically what this is, a quick recap, is every time you release a brand new song, you can pitch it to the Spotify editors as well as get it in the release radar playlist of all your Spotify followers for the first 28 days. You can only do one of these at a time, which is why I don't think it makes sense to release EPs or albums, but we will talk about that in a minute. And on top of this, I do believe it makes a lot of sense to run some ads or do some kind of proper promotion to these releases, because if you can increase the amount of streams and the save rate and all that kind of good stuff, then you have a better chance of triggering the release radar algorithm, which will then push that song out to thousands and thousands of similar listeners to the ones that you already have. In addition to the overall boost in streams from the release radar algorithm, which is obviously very huge, in addition to this, it's going to just drive more attention to your new release, which is going to then bring people over to your Spotify profile that may dig into your back catalog. This new listener behavior of a fan listening to your song can also then trigger the Spotify algorithm to start recommending more of your back catalog stuff into their other algorithmic playlists like Discover Weekly, Radio, and all that kind of stuff as well. So in addition to just people going over to your profile and starting to listen to your music, the Spotify algorithm can start also triggering in other ways as well, which is huge for your back catalog. The second way that you can get more streams to your Spotify catalog is by getting free streams by using the waterfall release strategy. So this is something that I heard from a YouTuber called John Sign a couple years back. I think he was talking about the Chainsmokers of all artists and how they use this strategy in their album rollout process. And if you haven't heard this before, essentially the idea is, say if you're going to release an album of 5 songs, you release song number 1 the first month. Then the second month, you release the second song, but you also include the ISRC of that first song underneath it so that a fan will hear your new song and then they could hear that previously released song right after it in that album. So there's 2 main reasons that I like this strategy. One is, like I mentioned earlier, you can only pitch one new song to the release radar algorithm kind of thing at a time. So if you release a full album, then you're only going to be able to pitch one song and all the rest of those songs are kind of getting their potential wasted. So by using this strategy, you get to take advantage of that release radar algorithm pitching process, but you also get to slowly build up to the idea of having an album or an EP. So I know a lot of artists kind of get caught up on the idea they want to have a body of work, they want to create a full record, they want to have an EP, something like that, and that's totally cool. But I think times have changed and you want to release your music in a way that's going to actually get your music heard. So I think this is a good compromise where you can take advantage of the release radar algorithm, but then also build up to that epic body of work that you want to do. And the second reason, if you're not too into the whole idea of having albums or EPs, you can still use this method to just get exposure to your older songs and boost the stream counts to your back catalog. So I've done this before as well, where it wasn't really an EP, but the idea was just, you're going to really be releasing a new song anyways, you might as well turn it into an EP filled with older songs just to maximize that release in a way and get more streams than you otherwise would have. So the third way that you can get more streams to your Spotify back catalog is by running ongoing Facebook advertising campaigns. So although you could set up a campaign where you're running an ad just to one of the songs in your back catalog, I personally think this would kind of be a waste of money and isn't really a big bang for your buck. One of the reasons that I recommend running Facebook ads to your new releases is because you can trigger the release radar algorithm and then get a significant amount of more streams. Generally, when you look at how much you spend on a Facebook ad for a Spotify stream, it's ridiculous and no one should be really pursuing that. And honestly, ever be too excited about the Facebook results you're getting, because if you can't trigger the algorithm and get a significant amount of streams from it, it's all just kind of a waste of money. Sure, you're getting some streams and you could be influencing the algorithm in some way over time. I just don't think it's the best use of your money. So what I'd recommend instead is running an ongoing Spotify playlist campaign. So this way you're running an ad to a music link that sends them to a Spotify playlist, and then not only do they hear that one song from your back catalog, but then they'll also be able to go through that Spotify playlist and hear more and more and more of the songs in your back catalog, which just gives you a bit more bang for your buck. If you want to learn more about the Spotify playlist campaign strategy, I do have a video where I've talked about it quite a bit over here. But I do think this is the way to go with this method, and honestly, I always have a Spotify playlist campaign running all the time, boosting my back catalog. And it's also a great way to chuck in new releases into that playlist to boost those new streams in its first 28 days as well. So obviously there are other ways that you can boost the streams to your back catalog and start influencing the Spotify algorithm and all this kind of stuff for your back catalog. These are the 3 best ways that I like to do it, and it's the 3 ways that I would recommend that anyone else does it as well. And once again, those ways are that you can grow your Spotify catalog size with new monthly releases, which also triggers the release radar, boosts fans over to your overall profile, and influences the Spotify algorithm. The second is by using the waterfall release strategy, whether it's building up to a larger body of work or simply creating these kind of like faux EPs where you're just trying to increase streams to some of your back catalog releases. And the third way is by running ongoing Spotify playlist campaigns so that you can constantly be bringing new fans to a playlist that you own filled with your own back catalog as well as other artists as well. So if you found this video useful, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Otherwise, good luck on your next release, and I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.